I am from Indonesia. Hello, everyone. In Korea, this is morning. Good morning. My co-chair, I'm so glad to have you here. Welcome for the section. And we have everyone. We have Ki-Hwan Kim. In Korea, this is morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
My co-chair, I'm so glad to have you here. Welcome for the section. And we have everyone. We have Ki-Hwan Kim. In Korea, this is morning. Good morning. We also have Apri Siwuto. So glad to have you here. Welcome for the Apri. You are welcome. And we have
welcome.
everyone. We have Ki-Hwan Kim. In Korea, this is morning.
I'm here.
We also have Apri Siwuto.
Yes, I am here.
Welcome for the Apri. You are welcome. And we have
Is it professor?
so I think something is not.
I'm here.
Welcome.
Yes, I am here.
Welcome for the Jeffrey. You are welcome. And we have... Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, more than better.
Okay.
Uh,
Welcome for the section. Co-chair, I think we have to do the work together.
Yeah.
If any observation, so we are taking off right now for this section. So first and foremost, we have to go to the person that we have the first, because it's just 20 minutes, please. We try to maintain our time, please. The most important thing we have to do is not to, we have to do as much as we can to wrap up with time, because every session has just 20 minutes to use the time. So the first presenter should start. So in 15 minutes, please try to round up. So I will allow you to share. We have co-chair. Can you see very well?
Yeah, I'm seeing very well. Hello, everyone.
Okay, we have proposer of pseudo random number generators using Pimpon 256 and choke marks. So is the presenter here?
yeah, here. I'm here.
Okay, please, can you start sharing? You are the you can share now. You can share the screen and just.
But now it's host is logging the sharing the screen.
Okay.
How I can?
I made you the co-host, so you can share. Just try to share. You can share now.
Oh, why it doesn't activate my screen share?
You cannot see share in your screen.
Oh, now I can possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Share. We do it one after the other. After you share, the next person we make you stop sharing. Then the other person will make the person co-share.
Now showing my screen.
Yes, show your screen.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kim? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can share.
Doesn't put in the mic?
Yeah, you just start sharing first. We can hear you very clear. PowerPoint, start sharing.
Okay. So, wait a minute.
Just click on the share button. Then you can share because I already made you co-share. I already made you co-host, so co-host you can share anytime.
Yeah, Han?
Yes.
I make some video to like this one.
Okay. Is
Okay.
it video you want to share or PowerPoint?
I think it seems like a video.
Okay.
Yeah. I make the video, then it's better to schedule this work. Then ready for this one. Then now
Okay, share the
no
video.
Just go ahead.
Sharing?
No problem. Yeah, share the video.
Okay.
Share the video. Just click on the share, then you can just start sharing because I made you the co-host as I told you. Presenter 4, we are very happy to have you here. Welcome.
How to share
I hope
this
you can
one.
hear us.
Sorry, then it's the first time in the Zoom program. Then.
Okay, no problem. Just the green. Can you see the green button like where you stop sharing? Just
Green
click
button?
that green. It will go to your computer and you can pick up.
팀.
Yeah.
근데 중간에 그 색깔이 그린 색깔 있잖아요. 쉐어 스크린하고 있는 게 중간에. 거기 눌려서 스크린을 쉐어하면 돼요.
컴퓨터 컴퓨터 사운드 is sharing. 오케이.
맞아요.
쉐어 스크린에 네 번째가.
했어. Yeah, then we try again.
좋아요.
The topic of my presentation today is proportion of pseudo-random number generators using 256 and Cosmet.
We are not seeing anything.
Yeah, we're not seeing anything.
Really?
Only audio.
Okay, when you are trying to fix, can another person start because of time? Just try to fix it. Who wants to present now? We're supposed to have a text file. Are you here? Protection using logic algorithm and least significant bits. Are you available?
Second presenter, name is, please wait. I would like to check it. Text file protection using horizontal algorithm and last significant bits, LCB.
Yes.
Yes.
Is the person available? Present 6. Are you available? Hello?
I'm here, okay.
Is presenter 6 available?
Yes, I'm available.
Okay, please, can you share your screen so that as presenter 1 is trying to fix the problem so that we can start? Just share. Okay, let me make you co-share.
This one? Can you see my
No, not yet.
screen?
No, I have to make you co-share first. I'm gonna make you co-share. Now you can share. Now you can share.
You can see?
No, share now. Just start now to share because it's now that you can share. I just changed, I have to change the person co-share before. Now you can share.
Okay.
Just click your share. Screen.
Share.
Yes.
Then this one.
Yes.
You can see?
No, we can't see
No.
it yet.
Not yet.
Okay, I stop sharing. Now we can see it.
Yeah, we can see now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start.
Start, please.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aprisiswanto. I would like to present my article. The title is text file protection using least significant bit steganography and reasonable algorithm. I am presenter. My name is Aprisiswanto. I am from Indonesia, Universitas Islam Riau. Okay. In this presentation, we'll start with introduction, then contribution, least significant bit, reason algorithm, proposed text file protection, result and discussion, and conclusion. The first is about the introduction. We know 1,000 kilobytes of personal data are transmitted every day through insecure communication media such as internet, computer network, and communication system. So this makes data vulnerable to information theft, especially for fraud, illegal trade, and so on. So there is need for protection the information in its storage and transmission. In this article, to improve data and information security, this study we propose a least significant bit steganography to insert message information in a 24 bits image and regional cryptography that is used to encrypt JPEG image so that the information can be secure from unauthorized parties. Steganography is a way of concealing information within another information. In this study, we use least significant bits. Least significant bits commonly used method in steganography, and then LSB is easy to do, and also it is the rightmost part of a binary sequence. The change we made is not that much visible compared to the other bits in a binary sequence. This is the LSB and MSB. How does LSB works? Get the bit in MSB and hidden this one. In this, we have cover data and hidden data. Then, yes. How does LSB works? Get the bit in MSB and hidden this one. In this, we have cover data and hidden data. Then, yes. Yes. Get the bit in MSB and. Sorry, the sound is more. Okay. This is the process of LSB work. We have cover data and hidden data. Then in hidden data, we will change the position to cover data, and we have stego data list that this one. And the process of reason algorithm process. In this case, we have like plain text. After that, we perform XOR with plain text and cipher key. After that, we have a process. The name is standard run. In this standard run, the process is byte sub, shift row, mix column, and add round key. And the final run, we have process bit sub, shift row, and add round key. And after that, we get the ciphertext. In this study, we've proposed text file protection. The flow chart is like this. This one. We start with the select the cover image. After that, select the text file. After that, encrypt text file using reasonable algorithm. After we encrypt using reasonable algorithm, we process with steganography LSB. Then we get the stegano image and finish. This one is the interface application. in this interface application, we same with this process. After we must select a cover image. After that, we select the file and process encryption. After encryption, we perform the LSB stenography and save the stegano image to the computer. And in the result, we have appear the histogram analysis, and also we have calculation the PNSR, peak signal noise ratio, mean score equation, and in conclusion, in this study, we prove LSB stenography is very efficient and powerful technique that allow to send text files safely and hidden. The LSB method that is applied to the message seeding process does not significantly affect the quality of the cover image. Okay, thank you.
It's a very wonderful presentation. Do anybody have a question for April? Do you have any question for him, please? Anybody with question who want to ask him a question?
Yeah, Professor, it was a really interesting topic, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, like presenter, if you have a question, you guys can give to Siswanto.
Yes.
Seems like we less presenter, I think. Anybody has a question? Seems like no. So we can move if we don't have any question.
Okay, I have question. I have one question for you. How soon can we implement this, April?
Oh, okay, I can share the how to implement. Okay. I will share the process how to implement like this. I will share again my screen. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, share your screen. You are actually the one sharing.
Okay. Nice. But file screen sharing has failed to start. What is the problem?
Okay.
No, actually you were sharing, but you stop it again.
Just click on the same place.
Okay.
The same way you did before.
Okay.
Okay, I will give you code share again so that you can share.
Yes. Okay.
Good.
The process in this encryption.
Yes.
The first, we must select the cover image like this.
Okay.
Now after that, we select the text file.
Yes.
Now, after we select the cover image and the text file, we perform the encryption.
Okay.
Now, this one we can see the encryption.
Yes.
Okay. After that, we perform the steganography. Then we save the image like this. Save. Now this is how the process is, the application.
Okay.
The same is with the encryption also. We select the image
Yes. Okay, April, what is the keyword for this? What's gamma, GAPA, what's this in English?
Yes.
I think this is Indonesian language, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, can you tell us what it means in English, please? The first one is button. What is the first button? What is second button? So that we can join.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first button is select the image, the cover image.
Okay, okay.
So then select the text file.
Yeah, the second button.
Okay, this one. Yeah, can you see this button?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah. The first process is select the image, this button.
Okay.
Select image. After select text file. Text file.
Yeah, you have just 2 minutes to round up, please.
Yes, yes. After that, this is process encryption.
Okay.
This button is process decryption of this process.
Okay.
I think this application is a simple application. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please, can you give a clap for him? It's such a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, April. So we are going to the next presenter. I will stop sharing. I'm going to share the screen now. So let's see another presenter, please.
Then.
Okay, can you share now, Prof?
Yeah, then in my videos that upload to YouTube, then I share to the YouTube link.
Okay.
This is it is more than better to the showing to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do that? Do you want to share now?
On a screen?
Yes.
How do that?
Because just what you need to do is you just click this. There's a button called New Share. If you click it, automatically you can share with it, just like what he did. You can share if you click it.
Then video. And come to share. It's okay. Yeah. Then this one is focus on right.
Yes.
And then. Hello. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for being here. The topic of my presentation today.
We are not seeing your screen. You have to share first. Click that green button. Yes, now it's perfect.
Not working.
Very perfect.
Should random number generators using ping pong 256 and COSMAP. What am I going to talk about today? First, what is ping pong 256? Next, I am going to propose an LMPP that cost function and ping pong 256 and that I plan to conclusions. First, what is the ping pong 256? The main configuration of ping pong 256 are the LFSR and clock adjustment functions. The two LFSRs consist of 255, 257 bits, and there are variable clocks that control each other's clocks by referring to the different LFSR states. The characteristic of ping pong 256 are LFSR, clock adjustment function, and memory. First of all, LFSR is simple in structure, making it easy to implement hardware and software. enabling the design of ping-pong 256 hardware. Next, with the clock adjustment functions FA, FB, each LFSR operations any number of times, making it different to predict output result. Finally, it makes it different to predict the transfer value from the output by using two memory units that store different outputs and previous status. The more complex the equation of the original expression is, the more different it becomes to predict the output. The LFSR to be used for ping-pong 256 consists of bit taps with more than 32 taps in the original term. In the figure, a row term consisting of more than 64 taps was used. The clock adjustment function outputs the number of each one operates to the output of any other LFSR. Outputs from functions range from 1 to 4, and each LFSR is output after at last one to a maximum of 4 operations at random for each output. The ping-pong 256 was structurally capable of producing a very long cycle of output unique to a single set of initial values. The more taps the LFSR has, the more complex it becomes. The LFSR operates at a speed of 1 bit and is slow. Then I suggest the LMPP. We choose a one-dimensional logistic map out of the values cost functions. Logistic maps have the advantage of replacing LFSR with a simple structure. However, floating points are different to present as binary numbers. Therefore, the floating points was applied to the rules of IEEE 754 and 32 bits were used as output by dividing the dimensional 52 bits from the total 64 bits into 2 blocks, 20 blocks and 32 bits. The figure below shows R is 3.999 and use the last 32 bits of few. We define the structure of each logistic map through on experiments. However, there were 2 different ways to use it. The first way to think about it is to compare different logistic maps as shown in the figure A and output them as 0 or 1 to apply to existing ping-pong 256. The other way is the output of floating between 0 and 1 as shown in the figure B. We divide to use B to express more output per clock than A method. The figure shows a change from LFSR to logistic map in the structure of ping-pong 256. Logistic map ping-pong was shortened to LMPP. This allows the clock function to output value from 1 to 4 and clock control the cycle of different logistic maps by selecting any different 2 bits from the total 64 bits true value of the logistic map. However, since the logistic map could not be used as it is, other parts had to be changed to take advantage of the last 32-bit. To operate the LMPP, the 2 memory space associated with the final output were also increased to 32-bit. The ping-pong 256 produced a lot of performance degradation with a maximum of 4 operations per clock, resulting in a maximum of 1 bits output, but the LMPP generated 32 bits output with up to 4 operations, showing relatively improved performance. Then my conclusion is LMPP was proposed that changed the random number generator of ping-pong 256 to logistic maps. The clock control of the LMPP has been improved more than before, enabling various outputs. Finally, output per clock is 32 bits, which is 32 times higher than the existing ping-pong 256. Yeah, thank you for attending my presentations. Then any have questions for me?
Yeah. Wow, that's so wonderful. Please, this is so nice. Okay, anybody, we all listened to what he just shared with us about ping-pong. Please, can anybody ask any question or your observation about the PowerPoint, the presentation? Please feel free and ask your question.
Yes, we have question.
Okay, please go ahead.
My question is why the author using the logistic map function, because we have another map function like Henan map, Arnold cat map. Thank you.
Yeah, then I searching the menu to the custom map. Then the most of the easy to the simple hardware structure is logistic maps, because the tent tent map or some jig map, something others more than custom map, but most of the easy and make the software is the logistic map. So then I chosen to the logistic map.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope April, you understand why he chose this logistic map, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Any other question, please? I have one question for you, please. Watching this is very interesting. I think it's really very interesting because it's pseudo random number generators. It's always good when it comes to security. When somebody can we use instead of using random number generators, can we use shuffling algorithm? Can we apply it in this? Do you think it's work?
Yeah. Just wait a minute. Then if I then the working on to the this is the not conclusion in this presentation, but if I can show the now I some research on to this using to the algorithm, then how to sharing to this one.
The same way you share this one, you can share that one. The same way, you are just in charge.
Yeah. Did you share?
Okay.
This is showing. Yeah. This is the rate up to the display this PPT.
Okay.
And then this is the making to the Python. And this is the shuffling up to the student number generator using up to the LMPP.
Okay.
So anyway, then if I put into the this is the original code, then skip. And then if I trying to the something like satellite to the something image, something like this, this original image, then reading up to this image, then this image is showing to the something like histogram, each up to the channel, original channel, blue channel, green channel, finally the red channel. Then each up to the the original image using up to the LMPP. Then I can make to the something like the something noise image. Yeah, this is the key.
Okay.
Yeah. Then this if I do LMPP, then I can make to the something. This is after later. Then I can make to the where is it? Down. Yeah, down. This one. This one is the original image. Then if I make using to the LMPP and some shuffling to image, then after to the calculate, then I can make to the something like this image. But most of the important things is that this original histogram and remake to the some image histogram is almost same.
Yes.
Yeah. Then this is can be something if something noise image. Actually, this is almost same to the original image. Just to just shuffling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so wonderful. We really enjoy this. Please, can we give him a applause? Please, let's clap for this wonderful research because they are doing great work. Okay, at this juncture, can we call the next presenter? Do we have presenter 3, 1-8? Do we have the presenter 1-8?
Presenter 8, number 18.
Number 18. I will put it on so that we can see it.
I think we only have one more presenter still.
Okay.
Presenter number 4.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Presenter 4, please, are you ready to present now?
Can you hear me?
Okay, thank you. I will put you for you to be the host now so that you can share.
Okay.
So I make you co-host now, you can share.
Good morning, everyone. Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's audible.
Okay, so my paper topic is about automatic detection of security misconfiguration in web application. And so from Donsio University in Busan. So the outline of my presentation first, I talk about security misconfiguration, statistics about security misconfiguration. Then I propose to end the experimental setup and evaluation. Then I give my conclusions on the paper. So security misconfiguration occurs due to like security settings being implemented and maintained with the default accounts it came with the product, and also insecure coding errors by developers. Like developers sometimes code let me say if there's an error in the web application, like it tends to display like sensitive information, and also like the reliance on third-party components. Like these third-party components sometimes have these unpatched flaws and can cause security misconfiguration. So security misconfiguration can happen at any level of the application stack of the web application. So it can occur at the database, the web server, and also like the custom code that is by the developer. So like examples of security misconfiguration, like directory listing. Like, so the web server directory listing is not disabled, and also the application server allows detailed error messages. And yeah, so the impact of this vulnerability can cause an attacker to have unauthorized access to your web application and also data modification, and it can also cause a complete compromise of the system. Yeah. So as we on from the screen, security misconfiguration is labeled as A6. That is number 6 in the OWASP top 10 for the 2017. And according to Positive Technologies web reports in 2019, security misconfiguration, like the most exploited vulnerability in web application was security misconfiguration. The reason being that like security experts really focus on the detection of injection, like SQL injection, and leave the security misconfiguration. So now attackers are also interested in exploiting these types of misconfiguration. So according to OWASP, automatic scanners can be useful for detecting these misconfiguration. So we propose the tool to detect security misconfiguration in web application. So the name of this tool is BitScan. And actually, when it comes to detection of vulnerabilities in web application, actually there are two types. The static analysis, that is when the tool depends on the, like analyzes the source code of the application. And with the dynamic analysis, like the detection approach acts like an attacker. So they infuse malicious craft as HTTP requests to the web application to access its database. So like with our proposed tool, we use the dynamic application security testing to detect for security misconfiguration. So with the dynamic approach, we simulate attacks, like we act like the attacker against, we simulate attacks against the web application through HTTP requests to access the web application server. So we analyze the response from the web application server with, like we've made like this regular expression for each error. So depending on the response of the error, we compare it to determine whether it's a vulnerability or not. So actually this is the framework of our proposed tool. So first, like the crawler, it takes the URL of the web application. So like the crawler will crawl to access the information, like collect all the URLs, like the links in the web application. Then with the structure analysis, like some links accept these parameters. We call it like user inputs. So like this one serves as the vulnerable point. So with this vulnerable point, we attach this attacks, like that is like attack patterns that the attackers use. So we generate attack through HTTP request to access the web server. Then from the response, we analyze it with this error patterns database. So like this error patterns database are like wide range of area database error from this, maybe like Oracle or MySQL database. Then after that, we generate a report for it. So currently our tool detects 9 types of security misconfiguration. So like the internal server error, page error. So like these ones occurs when the application improperly handles error. That occurs during processing and reveals sensitive information to attackers. And with each error, we have the risk level. Like the risk level is the type of impact if this type of vulnerability is exploited, what impact is going to have on the organization. And yeah, so our tool is implemented in Perl and it can be deployed on a laptop or a desktop. It runs on the Intel Xeon processor, and with our database, we have MySQL, and for the bandwidth, like scanning, we use the 1 GB and 10 GB. So we evaluated the effectiveness of our tool. We used like 8 real-life web applications running on different web servers like the Apache, Nginx, and Cloudflare. So from our results, the highest vulnerability detected was the 500 error and the eternal server error. And we also compared our tool with 2 well-known scanners like the Akinator and Arachne. And since we used the trial version of Akinator to compare, so we used the web applications provided by them. That was 3. And from the results, you can see Akinator, the 3rd column, has higher number of vulnerabilities than our 2-bit scanner. The reason being that, like, currently we just detect 9 types of security misconfiguration, and Akinator has been in the market for long, so it has a wide range of vulnerabilities detected. But like comparing the performance, I mean, it's kind of like promising. So in this paper, we presented like a tool to detect misconfiguration, security misconfiguration. Although like security misconfiguration is being identified as the most critical vulnerability, less attention have been given to in the research area. So we decided to write a paper about it, talking about. And in future, we wish to improve our work by including more security misconfiguration vulnerabilities to our framework. So I would like to share like how the tool works.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So please, can you see?
Yes, we can see it very clearly.
Yeah. So actually, this is the dashboard of the application. And actually, like the tool does not just only detect security misconfiguration, we also detect other vulnerabilities. But then in this paper, we just focused on the security misconfiguration part. So first, like this is the dashboard and the domain. So let me say, after scanning this, actually the interface is in Korean.
Okay.
So like a report on this domain first, it will look for all the URLs, like the URLs in the web page. So for this application, we have 118, and it states the number of vulnerabilities detected. And with this diagnosis, we found that like it has 3 types of the security misconfiguration. And one thing about this tool is it locates where the vulnerability was detected for the developer to go and fix it. Unlike other tools, they just state the vulnerabilities without pinpointing where it occurred. But then we fix that by providing that in our tool. And also we give like mitigation solution according to the OWASP, like how you can mitigate the vulnerability detected. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Please, can we give a clap for her while we answer our questions? Please, anybody have question for her, maybe on this or the presentation itself, the PowerPoint that she just shared? If you have any question, please feel free and ask her the question now.
Yes. I have question.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Go ahead.
About the attack generator, can you explain again the attack generator?
Oh, the attack generator part is like attack patterns the attackers use to exploit. I mean, every vulnerability and its pattern. Like, you know, with the SQL injection, we have an attack pattern for it, maybe like replacing it. So every vulnerability and its attack. So depending on the type of attack that we want to detect, like we create a pattern for all the attack, like the vulnerability types. So with this, so we create an attack pattern for directory listing. If it's SQL injection that we want to detect, we create an attack pattern depending on the attack patterns that the attackers use. So like this tool is serving, like it behaves like an attacker, like trying to exploit the application to know whether it has any weakness. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, any other question? Did she get the question? Did she answer your question, please?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead if you have another question. Any other question, please? Oh, I have a question for you in the absence of other people. This kind of like really interesting topic also, because I think all the papers today, it was so good paper because it's at the point of security. We really need security. Your topic is about security misconfiguration, right?
Yes.
So did you try this, maybe the apps, or did you try it over, because I think this is like Linux, you use Linux to do most of this. Did you try it over other OS?
Actually, like this program, like let me say, like the tool is like this is the web interface. So if you have the URL, it runs on every like operating system, like
So
regardless.
it is not an operating system. It's not a problem about any operating system.
Yes.
Okay, I see. So now, have you used it? Have you deployed it at all so far, or are you planning to do that in future?
Like, okay, actually, this one is deployed. Like, let me say, it's a commercial tool.
Okay.
Like, it's in progress, like working.
Okay. So, and now, as I can see, it is more in Korean language. So, what is going to happen, like using it in English or other language? Do you have any plan for that?
Okay, with the reports generation, like some parts are in English. So in future, we are planning to convert like the English parts and the Korean parts too.
Wow, that's wonderful. Another clap for her, please.
And I have also a little question.
Okay,
about the I think that this web tool is for like HTTP request type of applications,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So what about, did you try for HTTPS type request? Because it's like more secure, as you know.
Oh, yeah, like it's with this application, like you just have to just install the link of the web application, whether it's HTTP or HTTPS, it will perform the scan. Yes.
Very nice.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, thank you. Please, a clap for her.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So wonderful.
That's a good topic.
Yes, really, all the topics today were so wonderful. So I guess so far, let's see the people we have. Let's see the people we have, because it's like we are done. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
So the co-chair, please, can you say something about the next person? I think some people didn't show up, right?
I think, other presenters, they didn't join. Only these presenters, like we already did. Maybe maybe some of them, they were about to join on their time only, like because we have still time, right?
Yes.
So that's why maybe they are not joining. But until now, like presenters already finished, like first one, presenter 51, and presenter 6, and presenter 4.
Yes.
Others, they didn't join yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably we don't know whether it's time difference or connection problem. You know, anything can happen, especially because it's online.
Yes.
But I must commend you because for you taking time for this conference, I know it wasn't easy.
Yes.
You know, I really appreciate your commitment and you making it to this point, trying to do your presentation despite the COVID-19. And because we would have had it like live, right? We're supposed to be here all together, you know, meeting each other and knowing each other, because that is what this is all about. It's not just about the paper itself. It's about trying to share your knowledge with colleagues and make them understand that there is something happening and you can actually join. So, and if maybe probably if there is, if we're doing it live, maybe they would have come and do maybe like a poster, because you don't actually need to talk. Everybody don't like feel shy to talk in public, so we can understand that. But maybe probably because there's no poster time and everything. But I think it was a wonderful time. Please, co-chair, if you have anything to say concerning the general observation about the presentation, please, can you go ahead and say it?
Yeah, well, today is like, even if it's less until now, like, but topics were really interesting, and also researcher contribution also like good. So I think we will wait from them more like contribution on this security area, because as you said, you know, the security is one of main part of our digital life, and how to say, and this online conference also, like, first time because of COVID also, like seems like not bad. Actually, we can like develop it and we can use it later on, even after COVID. Yeah, I think for me, like, and of course, like, I would like to wish them like researcher like a good luck on their research, future research, and have a good works, and share with us more and more. I think that's it.
Yes, that was so wonderful.
Yeah.
I think that we have some people that just joined us now. Professor Magar Sen, he just joined us, and I think the other professor just left now. The professor with Elizabeth, I think he just left. So we are so happy. Magar, you joined late, but we are still happy to have you with us. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Today we'll be having our, the opening ceremony. I hope you people are aware of it, right? We'll be having open ceremony, and I would like you to be there because it's gonna be so much. It is gonna be very wonderful. We have the guest speaker. We were with him yesterday, and there's a lot to learn. You might think you know something because you're just in your comfort zone. When you open yourself up, you can learn a whole thing altogether. So please, I'm inviting each and every one of us to be there. Please try. I know it takes time, but it's just a question of a few minutes is over. Just give it time, please. Our keynote is prepared, and we have so many things to talk about. A lot of people will be speaking in that opening ceremony today. Please, I wish you make your time to be there with us. So you know the time?
Yes.
I hope you have all the program with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Maga, please, can you tell us something, Professor?
Hello everyone. Actually, I was watching all the session on YouTube, and I realized all the presentation in this session is almost finished. So I just came to say hello, and just to say thanks to all the presenter. I think it's really a great effort from your side. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we are not able to do offline. Otherwise, it would have been a really, really great experience. And we like to assure you that in future it will continue, and we also assure that it will be a much better conference next time. And of course, the quality of your paper will also be improved as per next conference. So I just came to say thanks, and all of you have done really, really good job, and we really appreciate your all the hard work. Even though it was our first time and there was some, you can say, delay in few stuff, but I think overall it was a great effort from all of us and as well as all people who have presented their work. I really thanks everyone. And I also like to say that please, as Dr. Grace Kennedy also said, that please join us for our opening ceremony online, and we will also share some very good keynote speaker there. So please join and share your idea also during that online session.
Thank you. For those who do not know, Professor Martin is our co-general chair for this great event, this conference. He is a professor in Dongsu University, South Korea. So please, as he has welcomed you and he's already telling you that what is going to happen, you can't wait to see it. I hope it's going to be so amazing. Any other person who wants to say anything? Because we'll be rounding up now. If you have anything to say, please, can you share with us?
No.
Okay, in the absence of sharing, I think we'll end it here. And while waiting for you for the next thing that we have, the opening ceremony, so please try to be there. And as he said, ask your questions. Free is your program. This is your program. This is your conference. You own it. So you can do, and thank God it's online, so do it in your own comfort. So thank you. I'll stop here while waiting for you for the opening ceremony. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Everyone.